my name is Sazzu, and I wanted to give a testimonial for Justine. I wanted to share because my experience of her work has been quite illuminating in a lot of ways. I didn't really know what to expect from working with her. I was recommended to her by someone that I trust, so I decided to give it a try, even though I didn't really know how she was going to be able to help me. I kind of felt a little bit resistant to receiving support that felt like been there, done that. So I have done a lot of self-development work, and a lot of what she appeared to be doing on the surface were things that I had already done a million times before. So I didn't really feel like I was going to really, I think the resistance came from like actually wanting to even consider it, even though something in her energy, in her presence, really called me to investigate more, which is why when I received the recommendation, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna question this belief for myself and see if something happens, like maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. And I say that pleasantly surprised has been the least of it. We have been working, I believe, about a month now, and I plan to continue working with her for a bit yet. I don't really have an end date in mind, and the reason for this is because that I actually see the results within myself. I'm actually quite surprised that by doing this type of inquiry work, I am actually seeing my life, or my reservations, my judgments, my resistance to people and situations really shift on a profound level. And it's really quite interesting because I feel that, me being a coach myself, I think like parts of us tends to be a little bit on a high horse, and we tend to not really be able to see what's going on or what's actually causing the issues. Personally, I wanted to work on a lot of, how would I even put it? I wanted to work on my views on men in general, and I wanted to question that for myself, because my little idea of life is to question everything. And I hadn't really even considered to question my views on men. I felt like, well, it's pretty obvious that they suck. And I didn't even consider that what I was actually doing was creating a lot of really uncomfortable situations for myself, and I was actually creating a lot of damage in my life. And when I started doing work around men with another facilitator, and they recommended Justine, it was quite something to see how the mental inquiry, and the thing that actually makes it work, because I do inquiry on myself all the time. I go very deep within myself about what I'm able to see. The beauty of Justine is actually that she gets all of those other pieces that I wasn't able to see. She actually has the knowledge, the depth, the experience, and the capacity to see all those other angles, and she gets the entire picture. She's able to see all the pieces that you actually miss for yourself. And I think that's what makes her work so unique and so powerful, because from her own experiencing knowledge base, she's able to see everything that's missing from the picture that you're painting, right? It's almost like you're having a canvas and you're painting in black and white, and you're doing all the outlines and the shading and all this stuff, and she comes in and puts color into all the other pieces and makes the picture really complete, so that with that complete picture you can then go into life experiencing it in a different way. I think that's the best way that I can really describe what she does. And I've seen it, and I can give you a very brief example. I was very closed off physically from men. Like, I don't want them in my space. I don't want them, you know, like, even when they say hi, it's always awkward and like just uncomfortable. And I've seen myself be very welcoming of them in my space. Like, I'm actually like, you know, hugging them and like touching them in a different way these days. And this is from like just, I mean, my experience of men has been a whole lifetime of 35 years building, and within just a short month, or actually less, I have been able to experience men in a different way. And that to me is quite significant. So I mean, I can't even really put into words what that actually means for someone like me, who has up until very recently been able to see men as threats, and then as like, I mean, I see them as men and then as people. Like, I really don't see them, like, I wasn't able to see them until recently as people to begin with, like with their own shit, you know, that they're dealing with. So I found that the inquiry work with Justine has really transformed some major pieces within me. I feel like I still have a bit to go. This is 35 years in the making, but I'm already seeing that it's been worth it for me. The whole, like, everything that I've been doing with her has been quite worth it. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, because I see the value of it. So I feel that if you're really feeling stuck, if you're really feeling like you don't really know what's happening, but you're still experiencing the same thing over and over, and you really want to question this piece of your life that is not quite where you want it to be, doing work with her is actually a wonderful thing, because you're just able to go really deep. And honestly, I've discovered so many things about myself this past month that have both shocked me and enlightened me and surprised me and made me really happy. So I can't wait to see what else will unfold when I continue working with her. So thank you, Justine. Bye.